Good morning, Africa and her mighty diaspora. From the streets of Chicago to the heart of Nairobi, from the corners of London to the breath of Yaoundé, this is the X-Man coming at you with the fire and my hoodie pulled tight. Today, we go deep into the heart of Central Africa, Cameroon, a country at a crossroads, a nation ruled by the same man longer than most of his people have been alive. And unless something changes, fast, October 12th, 2025, may go down as the day Cameroon either stood tall or sold its soul. Let's get at it. Let's start with the hard truth. Paul Biya, born 1932, has ruled Cameroon since 1982. That's 43 years at the helm. He is 93 years old this election season. That's not a statesman, that's a system glitch. And yet here we are. This man is running for an 8th term. Cameroonians didn't ask for this. The youth certainly didn't. But the government, propped up by a fragile mix of French interests, military fear, and aging loyalists, insists on this charade. While France whispers its support behind closed doors, Biya rules from a hospital bed, issuing presidential decrees like he's flipping channels. And just 48 hours after announcing his 2025 candidacy, a military reshuffle that shook Cameroon to its core. July 16th, 2025, 8 generals promoted. The head of Biya's elite Rapid Intervention Battalion, his personal guard, got a boost. New chiefs of staff across every armed force. Why now? Because in September 2024, Paul Biya disappeared for 42 days. Rumors of his death spread like wildfire. The military had secret meetings. The barracks buzzed with questions like, who's next? This was not just strategy, it was panic. The kind of move you make when you're not sure if the troops are still yours. Dictator Playbook 101. Reward loyalty, punish hesitation, fortify your last line of defense. When a regime bans conversations about a president's health, you know they've lost the narrative. Biya's government turned whispers into crimes. Talk about his health, you're a threat to national security. Post about politics, you're destabilizing the state. In Cameroon, even hairdressers aren't safe. One 23-year-old was arrested for making TikTok's videos encouraging voter registration. Let me say that again. A hairdresser was jailed for making TikTok's videos. Make it make sense? Hold up. If this message is hitting you in the chest like a drum, then like, subscribe, and share this video with everyone in your social media. And to all of your family and friends, like your life depends on it, because it does. Africa needs all hands on deck, and this is the way you can help in this revolution. Now back to it. The tragedy, Cameroon has brilliant minds, Maurice Kamto, Cabral Libii, but the opposition is fractured like broken glass. Kamto, who many believe won the 2018 election, can't even legally run under his own party. So now he's using a splinter group from UPC in a move that's as daring as it is desperate. Libya, young, energetic, digitally fluent, but stuck in a leadership court battle inside his own party. And despite 30 plus opposition leaders meeting to unite, they all still plan to run separately. It's like watching a lifeboat full of people arguing over who gets to steer while the ship sinks. Let's be clear, Paul Biya is not just a Cameroonian dictator. He's France's man in Yaoundé. Since 1982, France has backed Biya in exchange for stability and resource access, especially oil. Companies like Total Energies have billions invested in Cameroon. But now, France finds itself in a bind. Mali, Burkina Faso, Niger, they've kicked out French-backed regimes. Will Cameroon be next? In January 2025, France launched a historical commission to examine its colonial abuses. Don't be fooled. That wasn't truth-seeking. That was damage control. They know the tide is turning. But the question is, will Cameroon rise? Since 2016, A civil war has raged in Cameroon's English-speaking regions, the Anglophone crisis. Over 6,500 killed, nearly 1 million displaced, and yet most of the world turns a blind eye. This isn't tribal, it's colonial leftovers. French versus English, Africans fighting each other over European languages imposed during colonization. Entire areas, like the self-declared Amazonia, are under separatist control. In 2018, voter turnout was below 10% there. And in 2025, expect disruption, fear, and fire. You can't hold free elections in a war zone, but they'll try anyway. Here's the truth that terrifies the regime. Over 65% of Cameroonians are under 30. That means most of the country has never known a president other than Biya. This generation is educated, online, frustrated, and they are the ticking clock on this gerontocracy. But fear holds them back. When influencers get jailed and journalists disappear, silence becomes survival. The diaspora, vocal online, but disconnected at the ballot box. Voting overseas is limited. The logistics, a nightmare. Still, Biya can't ban the internet forever. He can't jail a whole generation, and he can't outlive time. So here we are, October 12th, 2025. The day Cameroon may choose between freedom or fear, between a new beginning or the same recycled tyranny. Biya will win. On paper, dictators always do. But will the people accept it? Will the military fire on youth, protecting ballot boxes? Will France once again back a stolen election while preaching democracy? What happens in Cameroon this October will echo across Africa. If Biya gets away with this, it tells every other dictator, stay long enough and you'll die in office a hero. But if the people rise, it could be the end of French neo-colonialism, the fall of gerontocracy, and the beginning of a new Africa built by its youth. This is Frontline Africa, and I'm the X-Man, hoodie pulled tight, truth aimed straight at your chest. Like, share, subscribe, share this video with your people. Like your freedom depends on it, because it does. Until next time, stay woke, stay free, and stay dangerous. No sellouts, no filters, no fears. This is the X-Man signing off.